Hi everybody. Okay, I'm getting there. Good morning, everybody. Um, I'm not late, Nick, Rich. I've been here the whole time. I'm just letting everyone, come on into the chat. You know, giving everybody time to mosey on in. And but anyhow, welcome. Here we are, February 22nd, in the year of our Lord 2024. It's presently 54 degrees here in Las Vegas. Now this says, is this right? Could this be right? This says we're supposed to get a high of 86. That can't be right. It's 55 degrees now, mostly clear. It has been raining lately. Uh, that can't be right. Let's see. It's 66. I need new glasses. Yeah. I knew we were having some warm days, like around 70s. There's no way we were almost at 90 today. Anyhow, 66 is our high for today. Hey, good to see you guys. Let's see, who do we got? We got Ask is here. Hey, Ask, thanks for being here. Andrea, driving and listening, so drive careful. Jean E is here. Late bird, I guess I'm the late bird. But hey, like I said, I've been here the whole time. I just was letting everyone, find the room, find the chat here, find the truck stop. Let's see. Nick Rich says plenty of time to hit that like button. Yeah, hit that like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Nick Rich, John must be fiddling around. Well, I was doing a little bit of fiddling about. I just watched Tommy the movie the other day on YouTube. I had to watch the whole thing. I haven't watched it probably since 1975 or whatever year it was that it came out. And I like the movie because I like the songs in it, and I thought Tina Turner's appearance was pretty interesting. Elton John was good, Elton John, when he sings Pinball Wizard, probably the best part of the movie. I like the Who songs, but it's kind of a silly movie because, they took this. It's one thing to have an album, the Tommy album. It's kind of a rock opera or whatever. But then when they try to make it to a movie and try to make it make sense, it kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? But anyhow, it's fun. It was fun. It's a fun movie to watch if you like the Who and Anne-Margaret looking fantastic. So if you see it, it was a free movie on YouTube. If you guys ever do those, they pop up on my feed. These movies. The other day I watched something else I hadn't seen in a long time. Like Heat keeps popping up. I thought that once you watch the movie, it wouldn't pop up, but Heat keeps popping up, and I can't. And whenever Heat is on, I can't help but watch it. So I'm watching that. Anyhow, so who else we got? We got Bonnie Thompson's here. Hello, Bonnie Thompson. Thanks for being here. Marie Jean Greco. Thanks for being in the truck stop this morning. Let's see. AJX1's here. Jugger John, good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you, good sir. Hope you're driving safe and in safe conditions and all that good stuff out there on the road. If you're on the road, I'm assuming you're on the road. You could be at home time. I don't know. But wherever you're at, a good day to you. There's Jolie. Jolie's in the truck stop. Says, I love Tommy. Yeah, it's a fun movie. And I like I say, I like the songs. I like the Who, I love Anne-Margaret. God, she was hot. Marie Jane Greco, Tommy is coming back to Broadway. Oh, really? See, what I was talking about, it doesn't make sense. It kind of didn't make sense to me. Now, I better not talk about it because it'll be spoilers. I guess we could do a spoiler alert if I do talk about it. About why it kind of didn't make sense, but still, I guess you just gotta have fun with it. Try not to make sense of it. They call me Rose. Hey, there you are. Thanks for being here. Haven't seen you in a while, but good to see They Call Me Rose in here. And let's see here. Big Hook is at the truck stop. Never would have pegged you as a musical enthusiast. I'm not really. I do like Tommy. 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 Hey, Tommy, can you give me that one clip? Maybe that's where I got Tommy from. Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy. Anyhow, Roger Daltrey looking fantastic. Yeah, he looked great. Going back 40 years or whatever. Everybody looked great 40 years ago. Even I looked great 40 years ago. Let's see here. That's over 40 years. I think it came out in 75, didn't it, that movie? Anyhow, damn near 50 years. Say says, holy peanut crap, it's Trucker John. It certainly is. In the flesh. Good to see you, Seha. Nick Rich says, I saw the Rocky Horror Show on stage in London in 73, Tim Curry. Oh, that's pretty cool. I saw the movie a few times in the movie theater. Rose Blake, see me, feel me, touch me, heal me, see me, feel me, touch me, heal me. Anyhow, that's probably one of my favorite songs too in the musical. Let's see here. AJ1, hello, wonderful people. Made in 75. That's what I thought. Marie Jean Greco, musical theater was my major in high school 40 years ago. Wow, the time flies, doesn't it? The time is just flying away here at the Flying J. We were at the Flying J truck stop this morning. I actually got my pilot cup, but I got my Las Vegas cup, so. Big Hook says, some people dig Shakespeare, but never got past the fact you had to have so much translation and context given to understand and enjoy. It could be a bit of a slog. I do like a little Shakespeare, though. I do like me some Hamlet, and I always thought that Macbeth and Hamlet were so very similar, in so many ways. Because I remember reading both of those in English Lit. I took English Lit, and we had to memorize. We each had to memorize a page from Macbeth, like in our book, we would have a whole page, and we each had to memorize that page. And I was like, I don't know, 30 kids in class, and I think we just would memorize it like one by one by one. We would after we had this assignment to memorize it, and then we just recited it, like right down the row, each kid. And I did it. I memorized the whole page of Hamlet. Now, I don't memorize it now. This is 45 years later or whatever. But I remember reading Macbeth. Or it was did I say Hamlet? I think it was Macbeth that we memorized. But we also read Hamlet. And I remember, as I'm doing now, confusing the two because there's so many story elements that are kind of very similar, I think. It seems like Shakespeare maybe getting a little lazy there. Kind of repeating the theme there. Come on, Bill, you can do better than that. Tommy, can you get that Bill Shakespeare on the show? No? He's not available? Okay, whatever. Let's see, we got They Call Me Rose, nice singing show. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Rose Blake, is Andrea in chat? I don't see her. Let's see. She's driving. Body Thompson, auto-tune. I could use a little of that. Yeah. Big Hook. Hi, Jolie. How's it going? A? Oh, yeah. A. Here we go with the A's again. Ask. I watched Air Force One take off from LAX, then land in SFO. Oh, was it on TV? Because I don't think you could be at LAX and like actually watch. Well, I guess you could. We have these things called airplanes. So you could have been flying also, and you've had the same route. Hey, Stephanie B2 says hello, Stephanie B2. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know why I'm going English. I usually save that for Stupid Monkey or whatever his name is. What's our friend from across the pond's name? Anyhow, we got so Ask was yesterday seeing the Air Force One. Well, that's probably pretty cool seeing that. Rose Blake says, "Oh, sorry, I see Andrea now." Oh yeah, Andrea is driving and listening. Hey, Thunder's here. Sup, Thunder. AJ1, a blue flying J-Log. Fancy. I wonder where that one is. I'm gonna take it and say it's in California. Yeah, it's in Cali. This was. I'm pretty sure this might be a new one or newer one. They're probably a couple years old now, at least. I think this might be, I'm trying to remember, it might be the one in Palmdale, or it might be the one up in like Patterson. Those are two of the newer ones, and like I say, they've been around for at least 2 or 3 years now. But I'm trying to remember, just looking at that, I think that's probably for sure California, and I think it's either Palmdale or Patterson. Or some other city that starts with a P. I don't know. Nick Rich says, Shylock for me in high school, a pound of flesh. Rose Blake says, was anyone's phone was anyone's phone out this morning? I didn't notice mine being out. Sometimes it takes off, probably when I'm sleeping. I don't know. Big Hook says, a rose by any other name. I think 2 roses is in chat. Is it like Highlander? There can be only one. No, we're allowed. We're allowed multiple roses. Here, we're not going to go into a death match or whatever. I read that. Ask says Roseblake AT&T was out nationwide today. Really? Well, we're in trouble then because my phone is on AT&T. I think. Well, I'm on the but I am on Cox Cable for our Wi-Fi, so I guess we're good. Whew. 70B2 says Surrender Monkey. There you go. Thank you, Stephanie B2. Surrender Monkey. Don't know where the old chap is this morning. Might be sleeping one off, if you know what I mean. Rose Blake says, ass thanks. I was about to lose my mind about the phones. Okay. Jolie says, hello, everyone. 72. Hello, Jolie. Back at you. AJ1, is it the one in Lebec? I don't think so. I know that a couple years ago they remodeled that old Flying J, and they did a complete remodel on it, and it looks really nice and spiffy. I don't think this is the one in Lebec. A, because it doesn't start with P. No. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, it's either Palmdale or Patterson. I'm holding to that. I'm sticking on those two. Let's see here. Roseblake says, John, do you like Cox Cable? I really haven't had any problems with it. I know sometimes, like, Nicole Sandler always complains about it. But she does a much higher tech show than me, and it probably needs more, bandwidth or whatever. And I haven't had any problems. I think we did have an outage, kind of like what AT&T is doing today, I guess. But I think so. I just started at Cox in October, I guess, and I think there was one outage at some point a couple months ago or something. But But other than that, I haven't had any problems with it or any complaints about it. I mean, so sorry guys. Anyway, it's a cardinal sin to be eating on camera when you're doing like a talk show. And I know I'm losing lots of points with people who are watching this, and I don't blame you, because it is kind of disgusting to watch something stuff food in their face. But I didn't have any breakfast, and I just made some toast real quick. I wanted to have a little something, a little something. So I apologize. Nick Rich says 5G troubles, get vaxxed. I don't know what the one has to do with the other, but okay. Jolie says, yep, all cell service was down here a while this morning. Wow. Surrender Monkey! Nope, I'm here just playing GTA 5. All right, Surrender Monkey. Hope all is well over there across the pond. Go beat up some whores. And cops. I guess that's what you do on GTA 5, right? That sounded very crude of me. If you don't know anything about GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Thunder says, sup, Jolie? Jolie? I kind of gave Jolie like an English accent there, so I was trying to like correct that for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what possessed me to do so. I've never corrected myself before when I go British. Big Hook says it's stupid. Here in Canada, we have 2 major networks, and the one network crashed for a day twice in 2 years, and they want to merge them, meaning everyone could go dark. Money at risk of our safety. So Canada has those kind of problems too, as far as monopolization. Rose Blake says, I was thinking of switching from Comcast to Cox. Well, I would say, like I said, I really don't have a problem with Cox. And I'm beginning to think that this is just some ploy to get me to say Cox all the time. Comcast, I'm trying to remember if I've ever had Comcast. I may have at one time, but I don't know. So I could compare the two, Hey, there's Outer Drive. How long till we realize that the DOJ is run by Republicans? Well, first of all, Outer Drive, I want to say hi to you. Thanks for being here. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, so thanks for stopping by. Just wondering how you found out about the show. If you would like to divulge such information, and make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Nick Rich says, I felt very magnetic after the first 2 jabs. Okay. I've had my vaccinations, the original one, and I've had, I think, what am I up to, like 5 boosters? And not once have I ever felt magnetic. So I feel like I'm missing out. Swinner Monkey says, my mobile and landline are connected via my internet when I'm home, and 5G went out. Oh, okay, so the 5G, people were talking about 5G, yeah, all this kind of stuff. Anyhow, going back to what Rich thing says, I haven't used my phone in about 2 years. All right then, Serena Monkey. Hey, Jolie gifted 5 Trucker Drive memberships. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jolie. Says you could be a lucky recipient of a Trucker Drive membership with access to exclusive perks. Allow gifts. So that's what popped up on me, because I'm watching on one of my other sock puppet accounts. They're not really sock puppet accounts. I have legitimate use of them. But I do see, so there's the gifted memberships there going down the line. That's pretty awesome. Hey, there's, well, Kimchi was gifted one. Is Kimchi actually in the chat here? Alvin Stoop, hello, Alvin. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. really awesome. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, so thanks for being here. Pisces Greeters here. Hey, Pisces Greeter. Hello, Teresa. I feel like I'm in now because I know that Teresa is Pisces Greeter. I feel like I'm one of the cool kids. But hey, thanks for being here. It's awesome to see you. Pisces Greeter says hugs to all, so enjoy that. Big Hook says monopolies need to be broken up. They collude and rip us off blind as they refuse to compete with each other. They agree to zones where they hold the monopoly. I agree, and I agree wholeheartedly. That's the way it is here in the U.S. And apparently Canada, and probably all over the world, maybe, or what's going on. I agree, Big Hook. Absolutely. Outer Drive says there's a reason. Thank you. I'm also a sparkler. Alrighty then. Welcome, sparklers. You are now a truckler. Hopefully, I mean, I guess you're not a truckler if you end up hating this page or this channel. Anyhow, my hope is that you will become a truckler as well as a sparkler. It's not a zero-sum game. You can be a sparkler and a truckler at the same time. Not a zero-sum game here, folks. Suzanne Forisepi says, please smash the like button. Oh, thanks for that reminder. Yeah, hit that like, subscribe, share, put the show out to the rest of the world. That would be awesome. We are currently still in the 1500s on the subs. We're trying to keep that, trying to get more and more subs. So let's keep that going. And 59 says, good day, Teresa. Oh yeah, so Outer Drive, stupid text correction. We all hate autocorrect. I think it's pretty much well established. We all hate autocorrect. Pretty much, like I've always said, it's the bane of my existence. Swinner Monkey says, "Yay, I'm a member. Cool, thanks. You're welcome. Thanks to Jolie." Suzanne for says, saying the good mornings. I kind of skip the greetings because otherwise I just keep getting really behind. Outer Drive, Tommy, can you hear me? Yeah, we kind of already went through that. I don't know if you're behind, but yeah, Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy. Now I don't look as good as Anne Margaret, I'll admit, but if the movie version in the album, the original album, it was just basically Pete Townsend singing everything and Roger Daltrey, of course. But that was probably Roger Daltrey that was singing that part, on the album. The original Tommy Who album, not the soundtrack. Boy, I made it confusing, didn't I? And it got kind of weird. WW says, hey John, 25 watching, 28 likes, very promising numbers. WW, our numbers guy. Thanks W for being here. Good to see you. Good to see you at the truck stop. Big Hook. Anyone know when Liberal Dan is returning? Well, I did see he posted on YouTube on I think a community page type of deal, saying he was sick, and I think he's planning on coming back on next Monday, which would be the 26th, I think. So that's the latest I've heard. I guess he went on a trip or something, a cruise, came back. Seems like he goes on these cruises and he always gets sick, it seems like. I think I would stop going on the cruises. I heard that these cruise ships are like just incubators for viruses or something. So anyhow, but he seems to like him, has fun. So who am I to yuck anybody's yum? But hey, hopefully he's feeling better, and he'll be back on. I think this coming Monday, back to his regular show times and all that. That's the latest that I've heard. Let's see. We got people saying hi. I like I say, I gotta skip those. I love you guys saying hi. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just behind. Says WW says makes you feel stupid when you are just trying to sound folksy. Nobody talks in perfect English. Okay then. I guess Was that a burn on me? I don't know. Thanks for that right out of the gate, man. Just slap me in the face. Let's see here. I already talked about Dan. I think I updated y'all on that. Roseblake says, anything about music? Ask Seha. Oh, Seha, resident musical expert. Let's see here. We got the highs and the greetings. Suzanne Forciepo says norovirus. Is that the latest one? Is that the latest variant? A petri dish. There we go. What did I say, Mr. Spock? Hey, but thanks for being here, Mr. Spock. May the force be with you. Oh no, I'm seeing it now. That was a cardinal sin. I just mixed sci-fi, space, sci-fi universes. But thanks for being here. I said did I say incubator? Yeah, I meant petri dish. You're right. I was mixing my metaphors. Let's see here. Jolie says Little Dan has the flu. He's been under the weather, but he's hoping he'll be back on Monday. That's the latest little. I saw his post thing there. Big Hook says Novavirus hotspots. Oh, are the cruise ship especially? Oh, okay. So that was the what Suzanne was talking about was on the cruise ships. I was just reading something and it got removed. So I don't know. I didn't know what happened there. Something happened. 72, hey fellow stoner at Mr. Spock. WW says only been, another thing got removed. I noticed. People are just getting removed, man. Their comments. WW says only been on one cruise around Hawaii. Great all you can eat food in a comfortable cabin. So we saw all the islands without packing and unpacking bags, which could be a real hassle. El Stinkle Farce is here. Thanks for being here. Do whatever you can to avoid the flu that's going around right now. It's brutal. I might have to start wearing my mask again because I'm an Uber driver and I get people in my car and I'm pretty convinced that someone got me sick back in November and I was sick for over a month. And I don't appreciate it, my Uber passengers. I don't appreciate you getting me sick. So I've been thinking about wearing a mask, although I know it's like wearing the mask protects the other people around you more than it protects you, but still I think it does offer you some amount of protection. You know, the incoming a little bit. I know it's more of an outgoing, it stops you from spreading whatever you have. More so. Way more, apparently. But still. So I don't know. Maybe I won't wear a mask. I don't know. Anyhow. WW says, oh wait, so I read that one about the cruise. But El Stigo first, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me and share and all that good stuff. Share. Suzanne says no Trucker John. That's what the cruise ship have on them. Yeah, okay, yeah. I like I always tell you, I'm a little slow, but I eventually figure stuff out. Rose says I've never been on a cruise. I've never really been on a cruise either. Myself. Like when I was in Hawaii, we did one of those little dinner cruises, but it was just like a dinner cruise where you just go out, you're on the ship for a few hours and you come back. It wasn't like an overnight, like what WW was doing. Suzanne says hard to keep clean. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay away from cruise ships. Jolie says, that was my fault climbing up into the truck and accidentally hit something. Sorry for remove messages. Oh, you're in the truck today, huh? Are you in a big rig? Jolie, our new truck driver. Suzanne says, eat jalapenos, Trucker John. Does that keep me from getting sick? I eat jalapenos every now and then. I like me a good jalapeno. Um, Ass says, nope, it protects you. Let's talk about the masks. Okay, the masks. I've read on this. The masks, those regular blue ones. I guess if you had an N95, that would be different. But if you're just wearing those blue ones that everyone wears, it protects the people. You are protecting people from you spitting your spit on them. That's the main. That's the main thing of the mask. The mask does help to some extent the other way around. It does help, but not as much as the other way. Look it up. Nick says a mask can't hurt. And that's true. That's absolutely true. I don't think they can hurt. Like people were saying, don't wear them, you'll pass out. Don't wear them when you're driving because you'll pass out. That was, kind of false. WW says, doctor's office sent me a note that they were requiring masks at the clinic for my next appointment. Wow. So stuff is still going around. Jolie's reminding everyone about the channel memberships and super chats and buy me a coffee, all those good things. Help support the show, keep the show going, keep the show growing. WW says they will bring room service for no extra charge, Bonnie. You don't have to leave your cabin. But what's the point of having been on a cruise ship? You want to do all the fun stuff. There's, they have like pools and they have games and they have shows and they have, So if you're just going to sit in your cabin, that sounds extremely boring. So I might as well just stay home and sit in my apartment. Andrew says AT&T Consumer Cellular and Cricket down, by the way. Wow. I wonder what's going on with that. WW says, yes, sore hotels and airplanes, difficult to keep clean. I just heard that there was a big bed bug thing going on in Vegas. And two of the hotels are kind of surprising because they're supposed to be, I guess it could hit anyone. Because Encore and Venetian, which are sort of a little bit, on the higher end. They're not like super high, but, they're a little bit higher end. And then the other two was, I think, Mirage and what was the fourth one? I forget the fourth one. But it was a little bit, lower range or whatever, as far as like quality, I guess. But if those four have it, they're probably everywhere too. So glad I'm not staying in hotels now, like I used to. Suzanne says being a germaphobe has its advantages, I suppose. Rose Blake says COVID is rampant in my area right now. I wear a mask and get the most hateful looks. Don't you hate that? Look, when I was truck driving and we were going through the pandemic, I would wear a mask. I had guys walk by me and like cough on me, and laugh, because they think they're being funny and they're trying to say that, just make fun of me for wearing a mask or whatever. People are assholes. People are such fucking assholes. Mr. Spock says Tijuana Bang Bang, laughing out loud. Tijuana Bang Bang. I'm not understand. I'll probably get that reference in about 2 or 3 minutes from now. But as of now, it's just went right over my head. So. WW says, I've been hearing that Andrea can't dial 911. Wow. Andrea says, my neighbors, I just found out, got their A1 again, flu. Both are in the hospital. Got the A1. I don't even know what A1 is. That's how ignorant I am on all this shit. Jolie says Ford F-150 with huge wheels, have to climb up into it. My dad's truck. Oh, okay. Sounds like a nice truck though. Just be careful when you're climbing up into it. You don't delete the whole show. No, I'm just kidding. WW says probably the Russians or Iranians, North Koreans. They are behind all of our problems. Well, they do. They certainly do like to stir up a lot of shit, don't they? Jeff Curry says, "What up, bitches?" Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. Our resident official comic of the Trucker John channel, Trucker John live stream. Thanks for being here, Jeff. Big Hook says, "You're no young puppy anymore, John. I have caught COVID despite precautions, and this year's shingles caught me. I had shingles in 2016. I am no spring chicken either. Sucks to get old. In 2015, I had pancreatitis. In 2016, I had shingles, and I was thinking, oh my God, this is it. This is the beginning of my old age bullshit. My old age, diseases and illnesses. But basically, since then, knock on wood. Is there any wood in here besides I guess my wooden head will have to work. I haven't been too bad, other than just regular like flus and colds or whatever, a couple of those. But having pancreatitis, landing me in the hospital for a few nights, and then getting shingles, where I had to rush myself to ER because at first I just thought I thought that was like a flu or something. It's weird, the symptoms, but then it kept getting worse and worse and worse, and I had to I was at a truck stop in Denver, and I had to. Back then, I didn't use Uber. I used what's that one site where you can rent cars, like people's cars and shit. I just grabbed one of those, and I was just trying to find a hospital, and I ended up in this one hospital, and that I found, and then they treated me. They were like, "Yeah, you have shingles," and they gave me shots for it, and they gave me prescription for, I guess, antibiotics, and it cleared it up within a couple days. But I was pretty bad, and I was just thinking, and at the time, so 2016, I was. I guess I wasn't even 60 yet, right? I was like 56 or something. But I was thinking oh my God, I'm like, what's next, Never ask what's next, because the fates will show you. You want to see? Anyhow. But fortunately, since then, I haven't had too much going on. So hopefully it was just a blip. Because I've been relatively blessed with pretty good health my whole life, And I'm hoping to keep that blessing going on as long as possible. Andrew says, Wes, using my work phone, my phone totally down. Wow. I didn't even know. I just woke up. Actually, I just woke up about 8:30, I think. Because I didn't go to bed till like 3. So I woke up at about 8:30. But I did receive a phone call. I think that's what woke me up. I got a phone call that came in. I had an incoming phone call. But anyhow, I wasn't aware of all this phone issue going on here. WW says, cousin had COVID twice last year. She is still not recovered. Well, I'm just glad that I am vaxxed and boosted. I believe that gives me a pretty good layer of protection. It might not be 100%. Or if I do get it, the symptoms should be much less, I guess, than if I didn't have that. So I urge everyone to get vaxxed and boosted. Suzanne says, yes, indeed, Teresa, iced coffee is great. Oh, yeah, I like making some iced coffee every now and then. Alvin Stoops said, what flavor is cold? I don't know. Jeff Tree says, Rose, a religious family member, asked my daughter if she knew the first 3 words of the Bible. She said, what up, bitches? That must be one of those new translations Bibles. Hey, there's Chris. Chris is here. Thanks for being here, Chris. Good to see you. Says, I had a bout with bed bugs, and the exterminator told me that they can hit anywhere. A lot of high-end hotels have them. Very hard to get rid of. Remember what happened to that company? I guess they went out of business. Maybe they were bogus. But I remember like 10 years ago, like on the Randy Rhoads show, and I think Stephanie Miller, there was this company. Was it like Red River something? And they were pushing this product it was almost like a steam cleaning type of thing or whatever. I remember seeing. I think they even made. I thought I saw a picture or a commercial on it where it was supposed to get rid of all these bed bugs, but maybe they were totally bogus because I haven't heard from them in a long time. AJX1 says, my problem with jalapenos lies not in the pepper itself, but in the common practice at restaurants of slicing them and retaining the ends. So you like the end part? Is that what you're saying? They're depriving you of the end? Andrea, okay, driving home. All right, drive careful. As I've said before, I'll say it again. Drive carefully. Andrea, avian flu. Oh, avian flu. Is that what the A1 was? Jeff Curry, she was about 12 at the time. I wonder where she got that. Suzanne Ferreza, eat hot tamales. The candy hot tamales. Andrew says, neighbors got avian flu, didn't go anywhere and still got it. Apparently, it happens. WW says, that would be hilarious, Nick Rich. We're doing it to ourselves. Never. I guess I missed what Nick said, maybe. And I must move it along. I must keep moving along. Jeff Curry says, I got shingles in throat when in college. I missed a blind date. Probably a blessing. Well, I never got shingles my whole life until 2016. And I'm born in 1960, so you do the math. Suzanne says, living in the rural area has built my immune system. Really? Is that what happens? Julie says, I wear a mask when I'm not feeling well and get shitty looks. I just feel like saying, I'm just trying to protect you, motherfuckers. Yeah, right. I know. What's their fucking problem? What do they care? Now, I guess it's cool to wear a mask if you're a Proud Boy. Did you see that? I was watching Tara, not Dublin, but Devlin. She has a show right here on YouTube. I was watching her show last night, and she was running this clip about some guy. I kind of was in and out of the show, but there was one of the guys was interviewing. You one of those guys that interviews like MAGA and stuff like that. He was interviewing this Proud Boy dude, and the point I was making. Of course, he's wearing a big giant mask. Like a. Not really like a medical mask, but a big black kind of mask, to hide his identity. And the funny thing is, he's saying like, well, we're out here, we're showing ourselves or whatever. Yeah, he had a hoodie on and a cap and a hoodie and a big mask. They have no hesitation to wear their mask to hide their identity, to hide their face when they're doing these stupid, Proud Boy MAGA bullshit. But when it comes to health issues or helping to prevent spread of communicable diseases and infectious diseases, then they want to get all stink-eyed with you, So fuck those assholes. That's all I got to say about that. Gulf Marines here says, hey all, what's with the stepped up efforts by YouTube to scrub comments? I got a 24 pause for saying, I hope George Soros eats Ted Cruz and shits him out. I don't know, Gulf Marine, but thanks for being here. I don't know what is up with YouTube. WW says, Dad has scars from shingles, had scars and a strip from his chest to his back. I don't think I think I was getting those little things on my legs, if I remember, when I had the, I'm looking down at my legs now. But I am wearing shorts, and not just in my underwear, by the way. I'm actually wearing shorts. But I don't think I have any scars. Hopefully, I guess they must have treated it soon enough. Or maybe I do, and I just don't even know. It might just be, I think it's a freckle or something. I don't know. Vaccine boosted superpowers imminent. Oh, there's El Stinko Farce. Big Hook. Shingles is no joke. 2 weeks recovery and loss of work. Get the shot if you can. Yeah, they gave me the shot. I guess I had never had a shingles shot before. And so in 2016, I got the shot. And I forget, is that one of those things that's good for life? Is it good for 10 years? Because I remember I used to get tetanus shot. And I had a couple of those. It was they were supposed to be good for 10 years. Anyhow, they gave me a shot. I guess the shingle shot when I went into the ER. I'm pretty sure they gave me a shot, and then they prescribed a bunch of antibiotics. W says they say that an hour ago more than 75% of AT&T is back up. Well, that's good to hear. Golf Marine says, Suzanne Fiercely, are you feeling better? Any better? Roseblake says, Chris, I've heard the same thing. Jackie, hi everyone, my cell service just got back online. All right, Jackie. Yeah, we've been talking about this AT&T outage. Apparently it was like nationwide. But it looks like it's coming back online now, so that's good. WW says, my dad was a preacher. He heard everything. When people are under anesthesia, they say amazing things. That's like a truth serum, isn't it? Chris says, bed bugs are hitchhikers too. They can also live without feeding for over a year. Those little motherfuckers. The stuff that you get in stores don't even affect them. Call a pro. Yeah. God, it just makes, whenever I hear about it, it just makes me never want to travel or go to a hotel or anything. Nick Rich says, we expect John to skip over the good stuff. Yeah, that's basically my MO. WW says, my Sunday school teacher had a difficult pregnancy and delivered finally, resulting in a cesarean. While recovering, Dad asked her how she was doing. She said, I feel like shit. Was she under anesthesia? Is that your point? I don't know. Goldberg says, get your shingles vaccine. I think they gave it to me when I was in the ER. W says, watch out, John. Watch out for what? Is there something behind me? Is there a bed bug behind me? I don't know. Roseblake says, a lot of pro-Biden comments on news channels are getting deleted. I'm talking about left-wing channels. Very strange. I hadn't heard about that, Rose. About that going on. About such activities. I had not heard. Philly 3000's here. Thanks, Philly 3000. Awesome to see you here. Great to see you. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. I can do a really good old fat Elvis. For some reason, though, I got a little frog in my throat. I'm skipping down. I'm skipping all the good stuff, Nick. Jeff Curry says, wait, we supposed to wear pants for this? Optional. Purely optional at this point. Swinner Monkey says, wow, it's cold out. Got my cigarettes and beer now, so all is good with the world. There you go. Life is grand, isn't it, Surrender Monkey? Life is grand. W says, that's a good one, Golf and Marine. Frivolous and impossible, but YouTube is for serious shit. Okay, whatever. Roseblake says, I don't get all these pants jokes. I see them everywhere. Yeah, I see pants everywhere too. Philly says, no, it's good for life. I need to get it since I had chicken pox. It's good for life. Okay, so hopefully whatever they gave me at the ER, I think that was my shingle shot. So I think I'm good. Hopefully. Philly 3000, I think it was caused by a solar flare. Jeff Curry, my grandpa, dad, brother, myself, and my kids have never had chicken pox. That's good. Me and Marie Dring Greco, we don't have to, Jeff Curry. Hey, just John. Yeah, I mean, I think it behooves me. I don't want to get shut down. Let's say if I all of a sudden stood up and I wasn't wearing pants, that could be problematic. But with the rest of y'all, it's optional. You know. Let's see here. W says, you can freeze mattresses if you live in cold climate. Okay, then. Surrender Monkey says, I've never had bed bugs. I'm lucky, or my crabs spot them off. Probably. That's probably it. Harry KP, more Tommy, less next Cox and Frog. Hi, all. Well, hello, Harry KP, good to see you. I don't believe I've ever seen you here before, so thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. And this one is for you. Tommy, can you hear me? No. It's like the Pinball Wizard. Anyhow. Big Hook says, Facebook and Shitter are removing recommendations and reminders of all content creators involved with political content. Politics Girl called it out. YouTube is the only one not censoring. I'm still on Shitter, and I still get these shits from Elon Musk. And I've basically been telling Elon Musk that he is a traitorous, Russia-loving piece of shit. Basically, in a nutshell, that's kind of what I've been calling him. Jeff Curry says, I'm going to refrain from public hair comments. You do that, because no one wants to hear that shit. Rose Blake says, never, ever desecrate the king. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. All right, Rose. All right, I know. I'm not good at it. Golf Marine says, whatever, W. My sentiments exactly sometimes. WW says, my niece brought them home to my sisters from college. Also roaches. It took a while for professionals to get rid of them. Well, thanks for throwing your niece under the bus. W says, kids don't get chickenpox anymore. I don't think I ever had chickenpox either, come to think of it. But I think I got, that's one of the one of the vaccines you get as a kid, right? When you go to school and you get all your shots. So that's probably why I never got it. I think I had that's a chickenpox shot. Is that the one that leaves the big mark on your arm? Let's see, which arm is it? I don't even see it anymore. God, it must have disappeared. There's like nothing left of it. I remember for years and years and years, I had a big red mark on my arm, and now it's completely gone. I don't even see it anymore. Isn't that weird? Or not? I guess it wasn't a red mark, but I remember there was. I used to be able to see where that shot was, but now I can't even see it. I guess that's one of the good things about it getting old is some of that shit goes away. Golf Marine, I'm your wicked Uncle Ernie. Fiddle about, fiddle about. Barney Thompson, Jeff Curry goes sit on the timeout step. Uh-oh. Jeff's in trouble. With Bonnie. WW says, I get stuff from Shitter saying that they will kick me off if I don't pay. WW says, pubic John, not public. Oh, okay. Don't talk about the pubes. No pube. There'll be no pube talking on this show, by golly. I tell you that much for sure. We're not going to talk about pubes, okay? No pubes. Pubes are off limits, according to W. So there. We're not talking about pubes. Not going to talk about pubes. Not going to do it. No pubes. Jeff Curry says, Barney, last show, I couldn't make any comments. On this show? On this here show? On this here show, you could not make no comments? Big Hook says, Elon is allowing Russia to use his Starlink in the Ukraine conflict. I know, Elon is a motherfucker. And I've been driving these Model 3s. I'm renting it. I don't buy them. I haven't been buying them, so. But I wanted to buy one. But now I'm really thinking, like, as long as Elon Musk is the head of the company, I don't think I'm going to buy one because he's a fucking asshole. He's a piece, and he's not just your average asshole, because there's probably any company that you buy a car from, the CEO is probably an asshole. But I mean, this goes beyond that. So his actions are really making me not want to buy a Model 3 or any Tesla. And if that keeps continuing and spreading on, I mean, it's hard to say because Tesla Model Y and Model 3 are I think the two best-selling cars, not just electric cars, but cars, period, at least in the U.S., maybe in the world right now. So I don't see him getting removed anytime soon as CEO, but I wish they would remove him. I wish the board of directors would remove him as the CEO because he's getting so toxic that I don't even want to buy a Tesla anymore. And I've been a big Tesla, proponent, I guess, ever since I've been driving them for almost a year now. Here is Philly 3000. When I was 6 years old, I got chickenpox, measles, mumps, and German mumps. Wow. That's a lot. All in 1 year. Damn. Nick Rich says, I had chickenpox in 3rd grade. Now I worry about shingles. See, I had shingles. So people think that if you had chickenpox, that you would get shingles. But I got shingles. But I don't think I ever had chickenpox. But maybe I did. And I just don't remember. Tommy Thompson, I'm so old, I have a vax scar. Jeff Curry, needles suck, all needles, 2 heart surgeries, 2 spine surgeries, no tattoos, I hate needles. I'm not a big fan of needles, but as far as for these vax and boosters, they're really tiny little needles, and it doesn't bug me. I can see if you're having all these surgeries, they might be using really big, needles that are much more painful. But the needles for these little shots and stuff really aren't that big of a deal. But I always do look away. I never really look. And then you just feel a little pinprick. You may feel a little pinprick. Yeah, so it's not my favorite thing. Government says, from what I hear, not getting shingles is a very good idea. Jeff Trey, yes, this show. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about that, Jeff. I really don't. I just thought you weren't here. Because I do remember, I think I was, on I think the last show, I think I did reference you because somebody had made a joke or something. And then I said, hey, Jeff Curry is our resident comedian. Where's Jeff today? Or something like that. So I didn't even see you. So I don't think it was us. We didn't do anything. We didn't block you. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I did notice your absence on our last show on Tuesday, I guess it was. Rosebank says Publix is a grocery store in Virginia. That's good to know. WW says, I stayed in a B&B in Tucson where the bed had diatomaceous earth between the mattress and foundation. The whole bedroom felt a little gritty, but there were no bed bugs. So that's the trade-off, I guess. Do you want some grit or do you want bed bugs? I'll take the grit. I think I would take the grit. Jeff Curry, Jackie, what's for lunch? Golf Marine, Elon is the world's richest meth head. Yeah, that's right. So who was saying that he's he's doing all these drugs and he's just a mess. WW says, I'm pretty sure I am getting a 2025 Ford Mach-E. That sounds good. Those look like those. I've seen a lot of the YouTube videos and they look pretty cool. Looks like a good car. Marie Dream Greco says, I have a vax scar too, Bonnie. I don't think I do. I don't know. I usually get shot up in this arm, I think. But I've gotten both. I think I've done both arms. It's hard to say what it is. Anyhow, don't get off on that tangent. Chris says, Jeff Curry, needles don't bother me. I've had surgeries, biopsies, chemo, etc. The day after I got my second COVID shot, my doctor gave me shots in my back, neck, and shoulder and sent me to the lab. Wow, you're like a pincushion at that point, huh? WW says, not a fan of needles either, really, but I had childhood health issues that required lots of needles. I sort of got used to them. Yeah, you get used to it. Golf Marine says, Jeff Curry, any needle that prevents shingles is a good needle. Jeff says, Jackie, I was there a couple days ago. And hey, there's Adam West. Adam's here. Thanks for being here, Adam. Says, I have a needle fetish and keep a large supply. Kidding. Jackie says, Jeff, and everyone at Wendy's is going, what is What is she laughing at? And then your response would be, the Trucker John channel, Trucker John live stream on YouTube. And they're going to go, what? And you go, yeah, go check him out. He's on YouTube. Right now, he's live. He's live. Let's see here. Philly 2000, but the hamburgers are cold at Wendy's. Are they? Are they really? But are they really? I've had hot hamburgers at Wendy's. I used to be a cook for Wendy's, by the way. So you better watch your mouth. I was employee of the month. It was when I was in high school, and they opened the first Wendy's. I think it was in Victorville, California. I think it was like it might have been the first California Wendy's or something. Or maybe it wasn't the first California Wendy's, but it was the first one certainly in our area, and they really made a huge deal out of it. And I was on the opening crew because they had a big hiring event, and they hired all these high school kids. We were almost all high school kids, except for like the manager and the assistant manager or whatever, and a few others, but almost all high school kids. So it was really cool. It was like our good part-time job. And I cooked those burgers. I made the chili. I would open the store, and sometimes I would close the store and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes have sex with some of the girls, but I was an employee of the month. So I have a picture of that somewhere. I might post it someday. Because my dad took his picture. He was so proud. It says Wendy's, and then they have the sign where they can put the little letters, and it said like Employee of the Month, John Fowler. That was going way back to 1978, I guess. I'm going to skip some of the needle talk, guys, just because I'm getting behind, and some of the shingles and stuff. I'm going to skip a little of that because I'm behind. Jimmy Upchurch is here. Thanks for being here, Jimmy Upchurch. As a vet, you kind of shrug it off, both arms getting shot at the same time. Yeah, when you go in, right, they send you through a line and you just get all these shots and everything. But thanks for Jimmy Upchurch for being here. Good to see you. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We're trying to grow this show. Let's grow this show. Let's make it into a mega show. Golf Marine says, I have been blessed with the finest of phlebotomists. No bruising, no misses. That's good when they don't have to redo it. Adam West says, a nurse gave me one of those red plastic keychain things that shows your vax status. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I never saw that. I never got one of those. I had a card. I still have my original card, and it has all my boosts on it. And the last booster I got, she was just going to enter it on the computers. And I go, don't you do the card anymore? She's like, no, we don't do that. But she goes, I can stamp your card if you want. And I go, please, because I'm old and I like paper shit, But I had to ask for them to, stamp the card, or I guess she just wrote it in, what the booster was and the date. So now it's on my card. I have it all on my little card. Just skipping along here because I know I'm really behind, falling behind here. Hey, Robert Brabone is here. Thanks for being here, Robert. Says just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. But you may feel a little sick. Can you stand up? I do believe it's working good. Good, that'll keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go. That's Pink Floyd from The Wall. Jimmy Upchurch says, before deployment, overseas you get a dozen shots. Yeah, because if you get the platoon sick or the whole ship sick, then what good are you? So military, they don't mess around. Chris says, I was afraid to drink anything after that. I might start sprinkling. Oh, yeah. Bonnie Tom says, we know Elon Musk is a white supremacist, Nazi-loving jagoff. Yes, I really, I used to be actually kind of before this recent, couple of years here, I was an admirer of Elon Musk. And I thought he look, I know I never, ever, ever, ever thought he invented the electric car or anything like that. But I did think he was a smart guy, and he had good ideas and good intentions. And maybe he did, and maybe he was. Maybe he still is smart, but, evil smart. But when you go from being a multimillionaire to being like the richest man in the world, worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and he might become the first trillionaire. That really, that's when it really changes a person. But I don't know. Maybe he was just always that way, but definitely, I think the money has brought it right to the surface. His horribleness. So I really wish that Tesla would boot him out, because they can do that, right? He's a publicly traded company. They have a board. He could still own the company, I guess, apparently, but you could take him off as being CEO, right? I've watched the session. Philly 2000 says in Monticello, New York, they're cold. Well, I wouldn't go to that one then, the Monticello one. I would go maybe over to the some other town in upstate New York. Harry KP says, hi, Joey. Said good things about it. Use guys for some reason. I'm not allowed. I'm going to go ahead and skip, guys, because I know I'm really, really behind. So I'm skipping down. Skip it on down. The point is, W says, willing girls, hopefully not on premises. Duh, of course. What do you think? I'm some fucking rapist or something? Fuck you, W. And, it's high school. That's what I was a high school kid. You're horny. You do shit. And, anyhow. All right. Enough of that. WW says, isn't O and AB the most universal? AB negative. I think I may be positive. Anyhow, Golf Marine, that's what my dog tags say. I'm skipping down because I'm really behind. Robert Perez, top of the morning to you. Have a safe day. John, Mr. President. You talking to me? But Robert Perez, thanks for being here. Good to see you in the old truck stop here, the Flying J. Going on with the song there, there is no pain, you are receding. We're just gonna get comfortably numb, aren't we? Eventually, we're gonna get to that line, and so. Now we're talking about Back to the Mass from Harry KP. N95 masks keep me snot free. Plants are trying to kill us all. Oh yeah, those allergies can be really bad for a lot of people. WW says, I smoked weed before I performed rock and roll. Made me feel more into it. Okay. That sounds logical, I guess. Probably a lot of people have done that. Golf Marine says, those guys, girls in the Blood Mobile are freaking good at what they do. Yeah, I'd say so. Although whenever I've given blood, I have what they call rolling veins. I think they called it that. And so I've had, whenever I've given blood or had to either give blood, like to donate blood, or if I've had to do like, they've had to take blood for any type of, medical thing or whatever. It seems like they've had problems with my veins. I have these rolling veins. So that could be a problem. Getting the shot's no problem, but giving blood has been a problem for me. Big Hook says, you know what's sick? The Republicans have been revealed for falling for Russian disinformation, and yet they are still trying to impeach Biden. Fucking traitors. They are. Every single one of those motherfuckers, they are traitors. They hate democracy. They're talking about the GOP. Basically, in a nutshell. W says, I know Harry can be seasonal all year round. Working outside yesterday, there were bugs flying in sunbeams. Yes, bugs everywhere. Hey, Vice Reader says, I am back. Got off for a bit. I just made an appointment for the shingle shots. Going to be March 2nd on Saturday. So speaking of the devil, we've been talking about shingles and getting the shingle shot. And now, I almost called you Parisa greeter. Pisces greeter, coincidentally, is getting a shingle shot. Very good. That's very good because you don't want to get shingles. It's not fun. It's not fun, I tell you. It is not fun. Chris says, I have never stopped masking, never had COVID either. So there you go. See, masking works. And like I say, it's more of a thing to not spread something to someone else. That's the main thing. But I do believe that it does also offer protection the other way. It's just it's more the other way. But yeah, good on you, man. Wear that mask. You wear that mask. Let's see. Jeff Curry says, Jackie's son sent me a new song last night. I'm not to leak it, of course, as if I knew how to do that. WW says, the hold them still and they flatten them out. The good bloodsuckers know how to do it. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's what they end up doing. Now that you mentioned that, I'll see them do that, kind of like, holding down my little vein. Good call, Teresa. Smart move. Good call, Teresa. Smart move. WW says, happy birthday a few weeks early. I don't know whose birthday we're talking about. Golf Marine says, it's good to know your blood type could save precious time in emergency. I may be positive. Adam Osha says, couldn't get my mind together yesterday, so I cosplayed lumberjack all day cutting down trees. Well, there you go. If that gets your mind together, then, and as long as they're not trees that are needed, I guess, go for it. Pisces Reader says, just don't call me late for dinner, laughing out loud. Yeah, because I said Parisa, because Teresa, and then it was like Pisces, and I kind of combined it. Adam Wish says, yep, we wear masks too and have never gotten it. Well, that's good. See, masks work. Bonnie Thompson says, wow, my apartment maintenance is here. I guess it's an emergency when the siding is falling off. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. You don't want your siding to fall off. Adam Wish says, golf, you reminded me to find out. Oh, is Nick Rich leaving? I must have skipped because Jolie is saying, take care of Nick Rich. So I skipped because I was skipping down because I was behind in the chat. So if you're still possibly here, just say goodbye. Thanks for being here. We're going to try to do a 3 p.m. I do have to run over to Hertz after this. Apparently, there's still an issue with the car they keep saying it needs maintenance, and then I take it to the maintenance, and they supposedly check it off. But for some reason, there's some sort of communication issue or something going on. I don't know. So I'm going to have to, I think, actually physically drive over to Hertz and see what the hell's going on. Because I keep getting these messages to bring the car in. And then they send me a voucher to take it to a shop, and I've done that. But then they keep sending me the message saying that this work needs to be done. So anyhow, so I got to take care of that after this. But hopefully I'll be back in time to do a 3 p.m. show here, a little lead in to Hal's show at 4. So if you guys want to hang out some more at that time. And so I'll probably cut this. I probably won't go 3 hours today. We'll cut this at 2 hours, and then I got to go over to Hertz. Take care of some business. WW says, I have donor status on my driver's license. They all have my stats online. Pisces says, does anyone know how often you have to get the shingle shot? Well, someone said it was for life. And I do think I've heard that before. So I think once you get it, that's it. WW says, I think it was 6 months. Oh, well then W says 6 months. What, that doesn't make sense. What, you have to get a shingle shot every 6 months? Or maybe maybe I'm looking at something else. I don't know. Maybe that was a response to something else. I don't know. And Adam says, invasive guava, incredibly hard wood like mahogany. Wow. That is a hard wood. Big Hook says, yeah, I hesitated because the cost is $176, Teresa. I wish I had done it before. Was that the cost for the shot? Because I don't remember. I just remember I got a big old bill from the ER department at this Denver hospital. So I don't even know. I just paid it. I don't even know the breakdown of it. Gulf Marine says, so happy to be able to help at Adam Westish. WW says, I had to wait for my first COVID vaccine because they did not want to mix the shingles. Okay. Well, guess they know what they're doing. Pisces Reader says, Big Hook, does insurance cover the shingle shot because cannot afford $176? It seems like it would, but you should probably call your insurance, call the number on the back of your card or whatever, or go online, see if it has the coverage on there. WW says, hey, Nick, there is no leaving the internet. Yeah, Nick, you can't leave the internet. What are you thinking, man? Adam Bush says, I have a friend with AIDS and he couldn't get COVID shots because he has a permanent fever. Took forever to get it. Wow, that's sad. WW says 2 shots 6 months apart. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I didn't get the right one because I think I only got 1 shot. Maybe they didn't give me maybe I didn't get the shingle shot. I wonder if I could find out what they gave me. I don't know if I have the paperwork on it still. They might have just gave me some sort of antibiotic shot or something. Because I know they prescribed antibiotic pills. And that cleared it all up. But I don't know. Because I didn't do 2 shots. So I must not have, maybe I did, maybe I didn't get the shingle shot. Shit, now I feel like I got to go get the shingle shot. Because I don't want to get it again. Because I guess you could still get it more than once, right? If you didn't get the shot. Oh boy, the things that we have to do. Big Hook, it says in Canada it isn't covered. In the US, I think it's covered, and if on Medicare as well. Jeff Curry says, I've slowed down on masks. People deserve to witness the sexy looks I behold. Yeah, don't deprive. Shouldn't deprive the people, Julie says, CDC says the singles vaccine is a 2-dose series separated by 2 to 6 months. After 2 shots, it's good for 10 years. See, I thought there was a 10-year element because someone else had said it's good for life. But Jolie has cleared this whole thing up. It's 2 doses, 2 to 6 months apart. It's good for 10 years. So I don't think I got the shingle shot. They must have shot me up with something else. Unless they gave me the first dose and I was supposed to go back and do another dose and I never did. I don't know. I can't keep this shit straight, man. Let's see here. We're talking about shingles. We're talking about some shingles. We got shingle talk going on. It's a really sexy subject. We like talking about shingles here on the Trucker John live stream. We could talk about shingles all day long. We talk about it all day long. Yeah. Shingles here, shingles there, shingles everywhere. We ain't ever going to stop talking about shingles because you know why? Shingles are sexy. That's right, my sexy little shingles. Yeah, we're going to do some shingle talk. Welcome to Shingle Talk here on the Trucker John live stream. And scene. Let's see here. Hedge-Enemy. Hey, I haven't seen Hedge-Enemy in a while. Thanks for being here, Hedge. Says this new YouTube format is trash. Are you watching on a TV and where if you put the chat up, it shrinks it down? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's when I watched it on my TV, that's what happened. Patrick Greer says, thank you, Trucker John. Will do, or the pharmacist, I can ask maybe. Yeah, you could ask, I guess. They could make a call. WW says, yes, you can get it twice, but the first time is the worst. Feels like the first time. Says Pet Creator Jackie, my insurance paid for the COVID vaccine and the flu vaccine. So it seems like they should cover a shingle shot. Here we go with more shingle talk here on the Trucker John live stream. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, I'm really thinking about running to Wendy's now. I know, right? All this Wendy's talk. We got Wendy's talk here on the Trucker John live stream. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Andrea's back. Thanks for being here, Andrea. Ann West says, sexy shingles. Not sexy shingles. Sexy. We're doing some sexy shingles. Hi, this is Trucker John Channel. We're doing sexy shingles today. Today's a sexy shingles talk here on Trucker John live stream. Thank you very much for being here. Hey, Jimmy, get me a Frosty. Yeah, I like chocolate. I like chocolate. And what says, sexy shingles in your area. Meet Sexy Shingles on sexyshingles.com. You ever want to just meet another sexy shingle, but you don't know where to meet them? Well, just come over here, sexyshingles.com, right here on Trucker John live stream. I don't know. Let's see. Andrew says, had to get the groceries in. Hey, Jeremy says, something is different, and I don't like it. Something is different. I don't like it. Jeff Curry, I tried pumpkin frosty. Frosty, we called it Frosty in the old country. I ain't doing that again. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. WW says, I made pork tenderloin yesterday and hamburger hash the day before. Still munching on both. I hope it's not gone bad. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, it was almost as bad as the Shamrock Shake. Now I've got to say, well, you know what? I used to really like the Shamrock Shake, but I do think that I got one within the last couple of years, and I don't think I liked it anymore. Either they're not making them the same as they used to, or my taste buds have really changed, because I remember I used to really like the Shamrock Shake. The Liberdan, cough, cough. Liberdan's in the house with his little cold, his little flu. Thanks for being here, Liberdan. I hope you're feeling better, and we are looking forward to your show, which I hope will resume on Monday, if all goes well. Fingers crossed. Hope you're going to feel well enough to do the show on Monday, because we've all been wondering and waiting for you to come on back. But yeah, Liberdan's in the house at the truck stop. Thanks for stopping by. Liberdan, everyone. Mondays, Wednesdays, 6 p.m. my time, I guess. 8 p.m. Central. Best talk show on the internet as far as I'm concerned. So you guys check them out. Liberdan. And hope you're feeling better. Let's see. We got Robert Paul. What if you have a metal roof instead of shingles? And what if it rusts and it's like, tin roof rusted? I don't know. That was a stretch to try to get a song lyric in there. By me, I was the stretcher on that one. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, at drive-thru, they asked me if I'd like a Shamrock Shake. I snapped and said, fuck no, that shit tastes like toothpaste. But I've always liked the taste of the good toothpaste, mate. Chris says, hey there, Liberty, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, we all hope you're feeling better. And Jeff Curry, Adam, I can't gain weight. If only I had that problem. Adam Weston says, Jeff Curry, just save time next drive-thru and ask Mickey D's for the toothpaste shake. I don't really think it tastes like toothpaste. I really don't. But maybe, like I said, they don't taste as good as I remember. Because I remember as a kid or a teenager or whatever, I would always get them whenever they came out. I always liked them. But I remember the last time I got one, it's probably been a couple of years ago, or two or 3 years ago, I think I got one. And I did not like it as well as I remembered liking them. So I don't know what that's all about. I do not know what that is all about. Um, Liberdan says, Chris, I'm no longer feeling run down. I still have a cough, but that will last for a month or more. I know those coughs. I went through that same thing. I got sick on right around Thanksgiving, and I was sick almost all the way till Christmas. And I was well enough. I went visited my kids and stuff for Christmas down in California, Southern California. I remember I was feeling better, but then it seems like all through January I still had that goddamn cough, and it was like, when is this fucking cough gonna go away? Because everything else has gone pretty much away, you know. But those coughs can last fucking ever, and I hate it. But yeah, so hopefully be feeling better and enough to do that show, because we all missed the show, the Liberdan show. WW says, you are so freaking vain, Adam Wishes. You have a good are we back? I think we're back. We got knocked off for a second there. I was just reading about this WW post here. It is not evil to be heavy, just like it is not evil to be skinny. Right? 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 It's not evil to be heavy. WW says, I love the flavor of mint. Yeah, I like a mint. I like a good mint. Just not wintergreen, says W. Liberdan says, I'm looking at the Facebook pages for the cruise I was on. People came off the cruise with flu A, flu B, COVID. It was nuts. I'm the only one in my family to get sick. I know, Dan. You get sick a lot, dude. I was just saying, I think I would stay off the cruises, because it seems like I called it an incubator, and I was quickly corrected. It's a petri dish for all these viruses and things. Adam Wishing says, WW, when you turn 40, that's 90 in gay years. The judgment in the community is much harsher. Plus, I've always been an athlete. Hard to slow down and just accept a couch. Okay, well, you don't have to go quite to these extremes. I mean, if you're getting older and your body is not, able to do the things you used to do, say, athletically, but that doesn't mean you just got to just automatically become a couch potato. I mean, there might be some in-between ground there, maybe still do what you can do. That's the thing. When you get older, it's like, just do what you can do. I can't do what I could do when I was 18 or 25 or even 30 or 32. The prime of my physical prime of my life was 28 to 32. I was amazing. I was pretty fucking amazing, actually. I was so fucking strong. I mean, or even at 25 to 28 was probably my strongest as far, because I used to lift weights and I played football, and I got to the point where my playing weight was 225, defensive lineman, and I was going against offensive linemen. Literally, they were 330 pounds, 6'5". I'm 6 foot, But I was to the point where I could just give a good shove on the top of their shoulder right here, and knock them right over. That's how strong I was. I can't do that shit now. But what you do is you do what you can do, whatever you can do. If all you can do, if you were a runner and you could run a marathon, but now maybe all you can run is a 5K, or maybe you just walk. But you don't have to just go right to the couch. It doesn't have to be right to the couch. It could be, you just do what you can do. And as you get older, what you can do is probably going to get less and less and less, but just do what you can do. And if all you can do is the couch, then own it. Own the couch. Anyhow, enough of that. Enough of me preaching. Enough of that Trucker John preaching. There's the link to Liberdan. Jolie's got that on there. Absolutely. Check out Liberdan. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, watch the show. Go in there. Chat. Just like you chat here. Go over there, chat. Participate. It's a great show. It's another great place. It's just like how Sparklers, Trucker John Trucklers, Liberdan Libblers, these are great communities for us to hang out and, just talk about whatever. Like here, certainly on my show, we just talk about whatever. House Sparks and Lower Down is a little bit more, specific, I guess. But still, these are great places for, for us all to hang out. So, yeah, make sure you check them out. WW says, hey, Lower Dan, hope you're feeling better. WW says, Dan, she never said a thing about it. I don't know. I've skipped some stuff, so I don't know what that's about. Adam says, sorry, Malama Pono means take care. Okay, all right there, Mr. Hawaiian, giving us some Hawaiian lessons. WW says, I meant she didn't even know that I trimmed up so she wouldn't think I was a troll. Okay, I skipped some stuff, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. Are we talking about pubes again, W? Bonnie Thompson says, the deep state has found Trucker John. The deep state, uh-oh. Da-da-da-da. I skipped down, so I'm probably missing the context of that. WW says, shh, we haven't been talking about Danny, laughing out loud. Okay. Pisces Greeter says, Jeff Curry, I love mushrooms, and so does my daughter. My hubby and I and daughter love smoothies. I like a good smoothie every now and then. Who doesn't like a good smoothie? Chris says, my oncologist calls the city bus a rolling germ capsule. So I guess cruise ships are floating germ capsules. I guess I've been blessed where I don't really have to rely on public transportation too much. I really haven't taken the bus all that much. I don't like public buses. I've never liked them. Because I've found them to be dirty and overcrowded and have people on there that are violent. I even got into a fight once. Or it wasn't really a fight, but it was a guy that was waving around a knife in front of a girl's face. And he was kind of drunk. And for some reason he was waving it. It was like a pocket knife, and it had like a blade like that big. So, but he was kind of waving, and he was kind of stumbling around, and I was just sitting next to this girl. This girl I didn't even know. We were on the bus, and this is back when I was like 20 or something, in my 20s, whatever, young, brash guy that I was. And so he's sort of waving his knife around, and I don't know what he was doing, what he was thinking, but the bus came to a stop. I think the bus driver had been looking at me in his mirror. This is the way I took it. Like he wanted me to do something. The bus driver stops, opens the door. So I just grabbed the guy by the wrist, twisted his arm back around his back so hard that, he started crying or squealing, and he dropped the knife. I almost broke his arm, I think. And I grabbed him by the back of his neck, had his arm, and I just fucking bum rushed him right off the fucking bus. And then kicked, and I gave him a kick on the way out. And then the bus driver shut the door and took off. And he was like, yeah, thanks, man. He was, thanks for the assist on that or whatever. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then the bus sort of like all clapped, So, I mean, I don't like buses. I don't like city buses. There's just an element there that I don't like. And a lot of times, if you were like certain bus lines in the city and it was certain hours, it was so cram-packed full of people, you could just smell all their BO. And I was just like, fuck this. So I don't like buses. I don't like city buses. And I'm from I grew up out in the desert. We never took buses. There were some times where I lived in the city for a small time in the 80s when I was working down in the valley in an LA area. And my car broke down and I had to take the bus for a while. And ever since then, I was like, and then the few times that I've taken the bus since then, like even in Lancaster or Palmdale where they have a bus, even though it wasn't always real crowded, but it was dirty. I'm like, can you guys clean your fucking buses every now and then? They're just, if they want to have public transportation, can they at least clean the motherfuckers? They're, and there's usually like drug addicts on there or drunks and people puking, and they got to do a better job. If they really want to promote public transportation, they need to do a better job. A lot of the bus drivers, not that one I was talking about, he was kind of cool, but I've had run-ins with bus drivers. This is back in the 80s, the RTD in the Valley. I had run-ins with them because they're assholes. A lot of the people on the buses are assholes and weird, like drug addicts and gang members or whatever. They things like gang members. So you're kind of scared, you're intimidated. I don't need that. I don't need that shit. They need to do a better job of having good, respectful bus drivers. They need to do a better job of cleaning the fucking buses. I don't give a fuck if you know how hard it is. Just fucking clean them. You can hire people. That's a job. That could be a job fucking creating thing to clean the buses. And then I don't know, maybe have more buses so they're not so goddamn crowded all the time. So I'm not a proponent for public transportation because my experience has been really pretty shitty. My limited experience, because I've only done it not that much, but so I don't like buses. I don't like public transportation. Fuck it, I'll be an Uber driver. I promote Uber and rideshare because at least I run a clean car and I'm a good driver and I'm a pretty respectful person. I have heard horror stories though from my passengers because they'll say like they'll compliment me on what a good driver I am and I'm a nice guy and everything. And then they'll tell me this horror story about another Uber driver that was a maniac who just drove like a fucking man that scared them. And that they were like weird and people. So you know, I mean, it could be anywhere. But if you get into my car, you're going to get a nice ride with a nice guy. All right? All right? Anyhow, Libertad says, I got more crews left this year that we already paid for, so we will see. I'm wondering if my weight makes the flu shot less effective. I don't know, Dan. But anyhow, we just get well, dude. We want to see you. We want to see your show. Get well soon. Let's see here. I'm going to skip down because I missed a lot. I mean, I'm way behind. Jeff Curry says, Teresa, I suck at finding them, but don't stop me from looking. I don't see. That's what happens when I skip. I don't know what you guys are talking about. WW says, Carl, I don't think so, Adam Wishes. If he shared what I wrote, it is the same sort of thing that we have talked about also. See, I'm in the middle of a conversation and I don't know. That's what happens when I skip. When I skip to my darling. Andrea says, I know, like, you hit 50 and it's like, damn, what the fuck? I could do this yesterday. Yeah, it's like, you know, as we get older, you know. But that doesn't mean that we can't, you know, that everything just stops, you know. I mean, like I say, do what you can do. It might not be the same that you could do yesterday or 10 years ago, but there's something you can do. You know, you just got to adjust, I guess, with time. Adam West says, yes, I've slowed down a lot. Very little skateboarding for me now. My knees and neck can't handle lots of stuff. Yeah, so you just adjust to other stuff. It says skateboarding, ride a bike. It's like less impactful, but you still get, you know, you still burn calories and stuff. Felix Rosen says, I'm 65 and can still do any sport. Well, God bless you. Now, you probably can do any sport, but can you still play at the same level that you could play when you were 21 or 28 or 30? Just asking for a friend. W says, pixels on a screen. This is Trucker John's playground. He can censor anybody he wants. I'm not censoring anyone, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, W. I have not censored anyone. So whatever you're seeing is on your end. All right? Adam says, I bet John looks like he could tackle anybody that was attacking his passengers. Back in the day, maybe. Not anymore. I think those days are long gone. Not that I wouldn't try, but I would probably get my ass kicked. WW says, go for the knees, head to the groin. Jeff Curry says, I still have my motocross bike. I look at it from time to time. Yeah. WW says, no more sports for me. But you can do something. I don't know, lawn darts. You know, you can still do something. You know, it doesn't have to be at the same level. That's what I'm saying. Let's see, Adam says, Jeff Curry, the term apple just means they're very sweet, no sugar needed even before ripe. They are half the size of regular bananas, but twice as sweet and more firm. W says, unless walking is a sport, I can't even ride my bike anymore. Well, I don't know if you call walking a sport, but it's definitely a physical activity. And if that's all you can do, then do that, because it's better than nothing. Barney Thompson says, do 30 minutes of walking. I do my walking in my apartment during winter. I think the people who live above me are doing their walking, because I hear those motherfuckers all the time. And I'm like going, do you guys not have furniture? Can you not like sit down for a little while? You know, for just a bit? Can you walk? Instead of doing, it's like they're doing marching exercises or something. Anyhow. MJ McCall is here. It says the GP being exposed for their FBI informants. Yes, isn't that a hoot? Thanks, MJ, for being here, by the way. I haven't seen you yet today, so just want to say hi. But yeah, isn't that a like, you know, real exposing the GOP for being the dumb fucks that they are? Adam says, is that thumping coming from your place, John? I don't know. I've been talking. I mean, like I said, my neighbors, they have loud thumping noises, my upstairs neighbors. I didn't really notice it because I've been yapping, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, but there's a good chance it did come from my place. Jackie says, Jeff, if you talk me into getting a Frosty, I know. As soon as I end the show, I'm going out and getting one, by the way. MJ McCall says, which they presented as an FBI agent. Or I think they presented him as an FBI, like, confidential informant or something that was very reliable and all this kind of shit. Harry KP says, Flower and Thumper sitting in a tree. Oh, that sounds like a Bambi reference. WW says, no, I was hairy in the morning and took a photo. The photo was of a troll, so I trimmed up. Okay. All right, then. WW says, did you know that some girls don't like guys that totally shave their faces? I suppose. I never really thought about it, but it seems like everybody has their yum, right? I mean, they have their thing. It's like there's somebody for everyone and everyone for somebody, however that saying goes, right? So, W says their daddies always had beards. Okay, whatever. MJ McCall says, SF had a wonderful transit system. LA sucks. Yeah, my experience are basically with RTD in San Fernando Valley, which is, for those of you who don't know, that's just like over the hill from LA. I'm hearing airplanes now. You guys hearing the airplanes? I am directly under the flight path to the airport, which is about probably 3 miles to my kind of southwest of here. And there's a flight path that goes literally right over this fucking ceiling here, the roof here. Rose Blake says that's malarkey, WW. I kind of think so too. Jeff Curry says public transportation, I can walk from one end of town to the other in 10 minutes. So I'm really behind in the chat. I'm going to skip down because I was talking about the buses like 10 minutes ago at least, right? So Big Hook. Andrea was a nurse. I'm sure she has horror stories. Yeah, I bet. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, lots of college things, never again. I'm just randomly picking things out now because I'm behind. Jackie says, rode the bus in college, never again. Yeah, the buses suck. And there's a lot of people that are always trying to promote public transportation, and I'm saying if you want us to use your public transportation instead of our private vehicles, then make public transportation clean and safe, efficient, affordable, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, I always heard college was the most fun time of life. I made damn sure that it was true. That was true. Adam West lurking. Are you lurking? Because you've been in here. I don't know. And Jimmy Cole, I smacked the hand of a kid facing the bus. He stared like a rock spoke. Didn't occur to me I was in danger. Yeah, you could be in danger. That's the thing, There's some dangerous people out there. I'd rather be I feel safer in my own little vehicle than on a public bus with a bunch of drug addicts and gang members and Assholes. I'm going to go ahead and skip because that conversation was a while ago about the buses. Well, now I'm kind of at the end here. W says, I came from a line of awful people. I didn't have a chance. Yeah, you did. You can strive to be better. Adam Washington says, my dad sent over these headphones and I hear this knocking like someone doing Danish clogging upstairs. Huh. Well, I just heard a noise over there. It does sound like Danish clogging sometimes, though. I must admit. Angel McCall says, no, they said a very credible FBI informant. Right. That was what it was. Very credible FBI informant. Not that that doesn't say he's an FBI agent. He's an FBI informant. Jeff Curry says, Jackie, I go to Wendy's too. Yeah, I just heard that. Do you hear that? I walked in last time and they said, hey, Jeff's here. So you're a regular, I guess, apparently. Andrew McCall says, Trump's Mar-a-Lago is in a flight path too. Big planes. I know, every time I hear that on Hal, when he's playing those clips with all the planes, I'm just like, welcome to my world. Because it's pretty much the same. Jeff says, Jeff, don't feel bad. They know me at Wendy's by work and Whataburger by home. We have a Whataburger here now in Vegas on the Strip, and it's open now. And I want to go check it out. I've never been a really big Whataburger fan. I mean, I think they're okay. It's kind of like, I like In-N-Out because I grew up in California, and In-N-Out is a staple of California. Everyone in California loves In-N-Out, and everyone raves and raves and raves about In-N-Out. And then people from back east, when they finally go to In-N-Out, a lot of times they're kind of underwhelmed by it because of all the big hype, right? But it's still great. No matter what, I think it's a great fast food burger. I think it's my favorite. Well, it's kind of the same with Whataburger. When you go into Texas, especially, like as a truck driver, you start hearing the ads in New Mexico, and Texas, and even Oklahoma, and those places. Everything is Whataburger, 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 Whataburger. And everyone raves. Everyone you talk about, they all rave about Whataburger. So I go into Whataburger, and I get me a Whataburger. And I'm just like, it's all right. So to me, it's just, I don't really see what the big hype is about. But I understand, and that's the same thing like I just said about In-N-Out. People who don't grow up with In-N-Out, and then they're just like, it's just a little burger. What are you talking about? But there's a new Whataburger here. I want to go check it out. Maybe I'll do a video on it because I think it's like a 2-level thing. They have a little patio that kind of overlooks the Strip and everything. So I've seen some YouTube videos. I should go make my own Sugar John YouTube video of Whataburger. So look forward to that. I'll post a video maybe within the next few days or next week or so. We'll have a Las Vegas Whataburger video coming out. Just thought I would announce that since Jackie was talking about Whataburger, right? Or I think it was Jackie, right? Jeff Curry says, I can grow a beard over a weekend. Oh, you hairy little guy, you. WW says, blink or chicken. Just blink or nod if you don't want to play flutter you eyelashes. I have no idea what you're talking about. Harry KP says, public institution on the bus, laughing out loud. That's entertainment, laughing out loud. Ouch. Public institutions? I don't know, but I don't like public transportation. Especially buses, city buses. That's, are the worst. Adam West just says, if you ever go to Europe, you will be shocked at how slow and dirty public transportation is in the USA. I know, I've always heard that that type of stuff is better in Europe and in Asia. Why can't we do it? Why can't we? We're supposed to be such a great country. Why can't we have a nice, clean, efficient, safe public transportation system? Why? I guess Republicans would say it should just be all private. If it was all privatized, which it primarily is, I think, or it's private public. That would solve everything. I don't know if it would or not. All I know is I don't like buses, city, buses. For all the reasons that I've already mentioned. I'm not going to go into it again. Kevin Anderson says, I like Zombie Burger. I don't know where that is. Zombie Burger, I don't know. Jeff Curry says, is In-N-Out like a Five Guys? Well, no, it's In-N-Out. I mean, Five Guys is good. I like Five Guys too. It's funny, and there are people who are just In-N-Out diehards, and it's like you can't like anything else apparently. But I like Five Guys. I think Five Guys is very good. I like The Habit is very good. Let's see, was it Shake Shack? I think it was very good. Smash Burger I like. But my favorite is In-N-Out. In-N-Out is just In-N-Out. I can't explain it. Just Google it. Marie says, you were right about the mass transit in Europe and Westish. MJ McCall says, White Castle. I hate White Castle. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Carlos Jr., Jack in the Box, in that order. Carlos Jr., Jack in the Box, they're fine. They're okay. But they're not at the same level as In-N-Out or Five Guys or The Habit. To me, those are probably the best. Best three in that order. Did I say In-N-Out first, I hope? Anyhow. Hey, there's Woody Mays. Says, hi, howdy, Trucker John. Well, howdy back at you, Woody Mays. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share button for me. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Trying to grow the show, so let's keep it going. WW says, stare down on public transit and the kid thinks you might be a cop, laughing out loud. I don't know. I've had people back in the day, not so much now, but back in the day, like say, "Are you a cop?" They're like, "I ain't a cop," and then they're like, "Well, that's what a cop would say." If you know, whatever. Jeff Curry says, Jack in the Box called a friend acting like radio DJ contest, told him, if I can guess how many Big Jacks sold in the last hour, win cash. Guessed, I said, close. You are one big jack off. I don't even know what a Big Jack is, But WW says something about the griddle. Mr. Spock says, I like Whammy Burger. I don't even know what a Whammy Burger is. I feel so ignorant. MJ McCall says, LA had 2 lawsuits against MTA because they voted bonds to improve the bus train system, and MTA spent it on Italian marble for the headquarters. See, that goddamn shit has got to fucking stop. That's corruption. And I hope they got even sued more. WW says Culver's. I like Culver's. Big Hook. I love Vancouver. Best cuisine anywhere. Love Vietnamese beef noodles, soup, or pho. Real Chinese food. Italian community that makes the great stuff, and Middle Eastern food and Turkish food to die for. And that is, if something is to die for, that's probably the ultimate. WW says fried in onions and butter with a greasy bun. That's just the way I like it. That's the way I like it. And in that, you can get grilled onions. Jeff Curry says, not a chain, but a place near here called the Tater Patch. They got really good burgers. Well, that's good. It's good they got really good burgers. I like when they got good burgers. Jolie says, like, subscribe, and share. So don't go against Jolie. We're going to like, we're going to subscribe, we're going to share. WW says, I have 2, even when I was younger, even when I had long hair. You got to tell me if you're a cop. That's what they say, huh? That's what they think. But I don't think you do. Ichabod says, Habit Burger is supposedly very good. Habit is very, very good. I love The Habit. It's called The Habit, by the way. I love The Habit. It's right up there. I put it right behind In-N-Out. I always put In-N-Out first. I'm sorry, but In-N-Out and Five Guys. So I think In-N-Out, The Habit, and Five Guys. That would probably be my top 3 fast food hamburgers or cheeseburgers. Jackie says, Mr. Spock, thanks for the wake-up call. Think about, dear, I think Montreal has better food than Vancouver. Okay. I wouldn't know. I haven't been to either city. Kevin Anderson, thanks for being here, Kevin, says, Trucker, Zombie Burger was a restaurant with an undead theme. Think McDonald's, but they're all dead. Is that just like one, or do they have a chain? Harry KP says, Big Jack knife Jackknifed Big Bob's Buns. Boy, that's a real tongue twister. WW, I like pho. There are a lot of pho restaurants here in Las Vegas. Doug G says hello, Trucker John. Hello, Doug G. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to the truck stop. Over here at the Flying J, we're just having some coffee and chatting for a bit. We're just it's gone 2 hours. I'm probably gonna be ending here in a couple minutes. Ichabod Deer, my AT&T service hasn't gone out. Well, that's good. Mr. Spock, Michael Douglas goes to Whammy Burger in the movie Falling Down. Oh, okay. Well, so it's not a real place. It's just in a movie. WWS is Screw City Tap, Rockford, Illinois. A little noisy, but the best burgers. Tell them Wes sent you. Is that the name of it? Screw City Tap? It's an interesting name. I'll give them that much. Let's see here. WW, they are all greasy. Whatever. It's a fucking hamburger. It's supposed to be greasy. Big Hook. Cops lie all the time. Hardly ever consequences for these MFers. Ichabod Deer, yes, ground beef has fat in it, therefore grease. Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. If you don't want grease, don't eat a cheeseburger. Harry KP, one whammy, be away. Mr. Spock, laughing out loud. WW says, I like greasy, but greasy doesn't like me. Like Adam, I am worried about my girl's figure. Then just eat something else. WW says, Suffice? I think I spelled it right. Another food for gods. Never heard of it. Adam Bush says, little known outside Korea, in Hawaii pronounced fa, not fo. Fa. And I know they put lots of different inventive names behind that. Like I guess it's a chain, because I've seen a couple of them here in Vegas where it's like fuck him long. That's the actual name of it. And it's like PHO, I think, and then him long. And I thought it was funny. Edward says, Jimmy Cole says, I gave all of our fast food places love during the worst of COVID. Now I'm able to do Subway about once a month. WW says, Rockford is screw capital of the world. Well, that's interesting. Hence the name of that restaurant, right? Screw It City, or whatever it was called. Screw City. Jeff Gray says, excuse me, do any of you get Grey Poupon? That's good on burgers. I like a little Grey Poupon. Excuse me. Is that Grey Poupon? Mr. Spock says, sorry, Harry. Adam says, hamburger is a good protein because you need fat to absorb some proteins. Adam West says, like, what the Pho restaurant in San Francisco, I guess. W says, I make hamburger and add beef broth, then drain it into a cup that takes out the grease once it's cooled. What a hassle. I just fry my burgers in a pan, grease and all. Kevin, there's this go-to site. WW says, if you use it once, no, if you use it for sauce or chili, I put broth back in the meat. Okay, you Mr. Cook. Harry Kippy, no probs. Little red wine. Onion, I guess. Onion. I guess onion is some pronunciation of onion. And grease. I don't know. I just, like I say, I fry it in a pan. Rubber Bone, I like Five Guys burgers and fries, but it's been said that if you are a dude and like Five Guys in your mouth when you were pretty, okay, so I quit eating there. Yeah, I think that's two different things. Two different things entirely, so. Bonnie Thompson says, I love Subway with turkey, lettuce, spinach, cucumbers, banana peppers, cheese, vinegar, and oil dressing. That sounds good. That sounds like a good one. That's all good to me. WW says ceviche. Oh, ceviche. Okay, whatever. Okay, you sound like some sort of connoisseur, I guess. I don't go for all that. I'm basic. I guess I'm just a basic bitch. Adam West says, excuse says more of it. Now he's getting all like Frenchy on us. So, something about Bupon. W says, I have high cholesterol. Okay. Watch that cholesterol. Jeff Curry says, I've decided eating healthy is not for me. It's a hassle, isn't it? Marie Jean Greco says, thanks, Mr. Sock. Puff pass. Jeff Curry, Bonnie, now I want Subway too. See this now, I think we're all going to be making a trip to Subway and to Wendy's to get a Frosty. And thanks to this chat. W says, can't like Five Guys if you're a dude laughing out loud. Adam says, the point with cholesterol is to replace bad LDL with good HDL, bad LDL with good HDL. Your neurons are partially built on cholesterol. Big Hook says, your meat and potatoes guy, Trigger John. Pretty much. MJ McCall, Bonnie, I can't do cucumbers. My go-to is ham and turkey. Pepper jack cheese. I don't like pepper jack cheese. I like cheddar cheese. Lettuce, tomatoes, smashed avocados, spinach, tiny bit of onion. I'll go no onions. Black olives, honey mustard sauce. My yum. But other than that, it was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. Human F Beings here. Thanks for being here in the truck stop. We're just about ready to head on out. There's a place here called Divine Bovine. For an extra $5, you get a burger made of bison instead of beef. They also serve beer by the bucket. Wow. That sounds like an experience. Jeff Curry, as soon as the show is over, I'm off like a prom dress to Wendy's. Right. I'm right behind you. Kevin Anderson, the best burger from Zombie Burger I've tried is called Feel the Burn. Bernie Sanders burger with red peppers. That sounds interesting. WW says, I'm eating leftovers for the rest of the week. And so on and so forth, guys. Okay, guys, look at here. It's time to go. I gotta head over to Hertz and figure out what's going on with the car situation. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get home in time to do a 3 o'clock show today, 3 p.m. If I'm not back in time, then I guess we won't do it. But so be on the lookout. Make sure you hit that notification button, so you'll see that I'm on, and we can have another chat. That's the one where I like to get warmed up and loosened up, get us all loosened up and ready for Hal. You know, so that's what I like to do for that. But I might not be able to do that today. So if not, I'll see you guys on Saturday. I like to do a little post show after Hal does his show over there on WCPT, his radio show, but he does it on YouTube. So that's usually around 11:30. If he's long-winded, like last Saturday, he went till about 11:30. But I just wait for his show to end, and then we can do a little post-game cool down. I call that the cool down, because then we need to, you got to stretch. You want to, you got to do some cool downs after going through 2.5 hours of Hal. You need to do a little cool down, stretch out those muscles. Don't want to pull a hammy. So if I don't see you today at 3, I'll see you guys on Saturday after Hal, 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Alrighty. So it has been great sitting here at the old Flying J. You see the Flying J there? It's been a great time. And always love sharing my time with you guys. I appreciate you guys sharing your time with me. So like, subscribe, share. And I'll be seeing you maybe 3 o'clock today, Pacific time. If not, 11:30 on Saturday, Pacific time, in the morning after Hal. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with this here.